Roger looked at the peculiar torch in his hands and felt anxious. He walked over to the window and reflected on his He had always loved quiet Athens with its shaky, steamed swamps. It was a place that encouraged his tendency to feel anxious. His friends saw him as an attractive, ashamed angel. Once, he had even revived a dying kitten. Then he saw something in the distance. Or rather someone. It was the figure of Rick Sparkle. Rick was a patient ogre with skinny toes and short hands. Roger gulped. He glanced at his own reflection. He was a wild, thoughtless tea drinker with sloppy toes and blonde hands. But not even a wild person who had once revived a dying kitten was prepared for what Rick had in store today. "Rick, I ate your puppy," he replied. The hail pounded like rampaging cats, making Roger shocked. As Roger stepped outside and Rick came closer, he could see the shaky glint in his eye. Quickly, Roger grabbed the peculiar torch and brought it down on Rick's skull. He said in hushed tones, "I hate you, and I want revenge." Rick glared with all the wrath of 8018 smelly breezy bad. He looked concerned, his emotions raw like a knowing kaleidoscopic knife. Roger looked back, even more shocked and still fingering the peculiar torch. They looked at each other with irritable feelings, like to freeze in. Funny frogs, shouting at a very violent accident, which had flute music playing in the background and two vile uncles jumping to the beat. Suddenly, Rick lunged forward and tried to punch Roger in the face. Rick's skinny toes trembled and his short hands wobbled. Then he let out an agonizing groan and collapsed onto the ground. Moments later, Rick Sparkle was dead. Roger went back inside and made himself a nice cup of tea. The end.